Hey guys, been way too long since I posted, since I put up a YouTube video. I do apologise. I have been extremely busy with life. Things are getting quite tight financially. A lot of people are coming to me for assistance. I'm doing more repairs than I am scrapping. I'm going to have to get back to the scrapping, and the videos, well, in all honesty, they're the way I relax. They're the way I can just, just chill and share knowledge, experience, whatever you want to call it. All right, so today, just for the fun of it, I'm doing a $17 40 centimeter fan from Kmart. It's an Anko brand, which is a Kmart brand. Now this one is called a HEG40. It's a 40 centimeter electric fan, pedestal fan. So this one, yes, it did have its base. The base is already separated. I didn't just, drop it on the nature strip or anything. It was in a dumpster. This one here, it's still got its tail, so it hasn't been docked. So I'm going to go through here and show you just what is inside a $17 fan with scrapping. Now, I'd be very, very surprised if I get, it'll be less than $1 worth of scrap, but I've got a feeling there's going to be, well, we'll see how we go. There might be $1 or $2 in the actual cord, but I'll weigh everything up at the end and we'll see how we go. First things first, though, what we got is just a standard old screwdriver, which what I've done is just given it a three-sided point. And then what you do, just on the grinder, and then what you do is you flatten it. Oh, let's see if I can get that focus. Oh my God, there we go. Yeah, I'll just give it a little bit of a flatten just to get the right size. Because what we're going in after is these tamper-proof screws, obviously to keep the kids out. And there's a few of them on the back of this. So once I get them out, I'll go to the next stage. All right. Okay, so there's a fair bit of plastic on these things. First thing to note, once you get the cage off, the plastic knob that retains the fan comes off in a clockwise direction. So yeah, left-hand thread, and then the bit that actually keeps the next bit on is clockwise. So that's the bit that keeps the rear of the cage on. That comes off anti-clockwise, so it's a normal right hand. Normal right hand. I am very rusty at doing the video, I've noticed. Okay, so I may go back and make another take. What it comes down to is got a very, very standard motor. That will be probably aluminium wiring in there. I'll just pull it apart to confirm it. But very, very standard basic model, and I'll show you a bit more in a minute. Okay, just separating the motor from the rotating base. There's a hidden screw just in here that you need to get out, and yep, there we are. Then there's just 3 normal Phillips head screws to take the gearbox away from the bottom of the motor. Then the main casing of the actual motor, there's just 4 screws and nuts going in here, and then once they're off, the whole motor comes out. Okay, now the reason these fans fail, and they usually fail after maybe one season, so one summer, and then by the time you turn them on next time it gets warm next year or the end of the year, what will happen is that they tend to seize up. They just won't start. And what happens is that literally there is a steel bush, not a bearing, just a bush, and it is literally just steel on steel with a little tiny bit of grease in there, and the grease is just so it's got a little, bit of leeway. Now what'll happen is that when that grease dries up, which it hardens up, it'll seize the actual bush in one position, and then you'll start getting friction on the shaft. Once there's enough friction, what'll happen is that the motor won't have enough power to turn that over. Once it So once it actually gets started, it might have enough power to actually push it, but it's also got a fair bit of physical resistance. And I'm guessing that for the price of this thing, that will be, yep, there you go. Look at that shiny. That is aluminium under there. And I'll see if I can just zero that in. So focus it in. Yep, that is well and truly aluminium in there. All right, so very, very little value in these things. Maybe, I'd say the lead, the actual power lead, might have 50 grams of copper, which on a good day, if you strip it all out, do all the work you get to get the actual copper out of that, you're talking about 50 cents. Now, every switch, any decent switch has actually got silver in it for the contact, and the contact on these, I believe these have got silver in them. I have got quite a few. I've got a bucket of these to pull apart one day, and then I'll go through and I'll see if I can salvage the silver out of a whole heap of those. But I've pulled apart many of these fans, the cheap ones. You see them on the nature strip all the time. Very little value in them, and in all honesty, this is one of those times when I would probably advocate for just docking the cord and moving on. Just cut the cord if it's still there and move on, because that is the value. The 50 cents of value in that cord, and that's after you strip it, so that's the only value. Yeah, look, if you wanted to play around and just have fun pulling one apart, that's how it goes. But as I said, they fail quite regularly because of that. Okay, bit of tin metal, lots of plastic, heap of plastic you get out of these things. And hang on a moment, I've got a helicopter going over. So I decided to pull one of these apart just to show you where the silver might be. And this one, being a very cheap model, it doesn't have any silver in it at all, which is very basic switch. Okay, so it has copper, which touches onto brass. Then there's normally a little doublet or a little button of silver on these things, even a tiny little thing, or silver plated even I've seen, but this is nothing. There's no silver there whatsoever. Okay, so this is definitely one to pass up if you see them, and you see heaps of them. And yeah, the cord is probably the only thing of value when it's all said and done. Then again, okay, where's the motor? Nope, that one's just irony aluminium. So yeah, there's not even, quite often with these small motors, there'll be the actual wiring will be aluminium wire, but then there'll be copper wiring around this. But no, that's not. The rotor is aluminium and steel, and the stator is aluminium wiring. Okay, so nothing to see here, folks. Move on. Yes. So look, with that, look, there's a couple of little bits of steel in there. It depends on what you're after. If you're after a project, have a look at that. That may or may not suit your fancy for, making something. But there's not a lot of good stuff in here at all for anything, really. Okay, I hope that helped. Hope that cleared up whether or not it was worth grabbing these things or not. A lot of work, very little value. Okay, I've done one once on video. I wasn't going to ever put one up on these on YouTube, but thought might as well put one up, let you guys see just how little value there is in there. That way you don't have to go through and, have to pull one apart or, make up a three-sided screwdriver just to pull one apart to find that there's nothing of value in there. It's a bit of fun. Pulled apart so many of these in my time. And then, just flatten down the steel and compact it. Okay, so I'm learning a little bit about making videos, and one thing I didn't do this video was to think about the video for 2 or 3 hours before I made it. I just went straight off the cuff, and it turns out that doesn't work out too well. So I do apologise for having a little bit lackluster video, but I will. Now that I've broken the ice and got a video back up there, I should be able to get some more out. Got a lot of other side projects going on, well and truly behind in so many things. Just been very wet and very hot. I'm redoing the landscaping the whole backyard. We've got a whole heap of rubbish or hoarding to get rid of. So yeah, been very, very busy. All right, I'll see how I go, and I'll see if I can get some decent videos, some decent scrapping videos up. That way, you can actually enjoy what I'm doing rather than this little little pile of whatever that is. Okay, no worries, guys. Yeah, shout out to actually been searching on YouTube and found quite a few scrappers, quite a few just starting out on channels and not many subscribers. And got to tell you guys, hang in there, guys, because it does get better. I can't speak from my own experience. I mean, haven't even cracked the 1K yet, but yeah, it's just it's a good community for sharing. I've got lots of different ideas, lots of different projects, and I'm just wondering whether I just keep along with the scrapping or I go more and more into the industrial permaculture. There's so many other ways we can save money. I've actually been looking at making my own laundry liquid and making my own dishwasher and tablets. So yeah, I might get some interesting stuff out there. A little bit left field from scrapping, but we'll see how we go. All right, guys. Yeah, by all means, hit me up in the comments, and yeah, don't be gentle. You know, this was a bit of a boring one. I too understand that. So yeah, have at it. Let me know what you think, and by all means, yeah, if there's anything out there you want me to cover, and you think it's up my alley, then yeah, chuck us a shout out and see how I go. All right, guys. Until next time, talk soon.